Alright, so we got the AC lines back. They welded up the fitting there, and they welded it up on this side as well. So now we'll just put in some new seals, hook up the lines, and then see if it holds vacuum. And then we got our new ones for the compressor side. And we need one more here. Alright, so our lines are hooked up. I'll go ahead and tighten them down. We'll put the AC machine on there, pull some vacuum, see if it holds. Make sure we don't have any leaks before we put some Freon in there. Alright, let's get the AC machine on there. Pull some vacuum, see if it holds. Put it on vacuum for 10 minutes. We're gonna watch our low side here. It's at negative 30 PSI. After the pump stops cleaning out the system and vacuuming, it should stay at negative 30. That would ensure us that we don't have any leaks. If it starts to run off to 0, we definitely have a leak. All right, so we just did our leak down. It's holding at negative 30. I'll go ahead and put some Freon in there. I'll jump the clutch real quick just to make sure it engages and gets cold, and then we'll run our harness for the AC clutch. All right, so we got it all vacuumed out. It's holding vacuum good. We're just gonna put some Freon in the machine, and then we can service the truck, see if it's gonna get cold for us, and then we'll run our harness our factory AC harness and hook it up to the new compressor. The green wire on the firewall. This one here, the single wire connector, that would be our clutch power. So we'll hook that up over here temporarily. And then we got to get a ground on this plug and a power, and that should engage our clutch. We'll make sure it gets cold real quick, and then we'll run our harness. We'll go ahead and vacuum the system again. You need to have -30 before adding any Freon in there. And you can see it went to -30 already just by plugging back in. So we know that system is holding. We'll go ahead and set it to vacuum again. I'll go look for that harness. There's some little alligator clips so we can hook up our clutch and put some Freon in there. All right, I got my power probe. It has a ground here. So we'll go ahead and ground that. Shoot 12 volts. That was our clutch engagement there. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Put some Freon in there, and then I'll just command the clutch on real quick. Just see if our low side's gonna get cold. All right, so our AC is working. Low side got cold. There's power out that plug there with the AC on. So we got our 12 volt to our compressor already. We'll go ahead and wire that in. We'll hardwire in the ground. And all we'll need from the C10 AC harness would be our 12 volt positive to the compressor. And that's controlled by our pressure switch and our factory AC system. Plug that in there. Okay. This will be our power. That one gets hooked up here. And I'm gonna run it back this way. Hook up my power probe, make sure that's a good ground. Okay, this one will be our power. Let's get some tape. All right, so we hooked up the clutch harness. The black was our ground, the green is our power. It's hooked up to the factory AC harness from the C10 or C20. I'll go ahead and turn the key on, cycle the AC switch, make sure the clutch engages, and then we'll see if it gets cold. Here it is, snaps right off. Gives you a vacuum port there on the manifold now. All right, let's go ahead and try that. See if we get our controls on the inside working. Now if you're going to use a factory LS compressor, that could be easily adapted to the C10 lines as well. Cut off the fittings and hook them up to the LS lines. I'll make a separate video on that. It'll be easier to show you than to explain the process. And we'll do it on this one here. This one has a factory compressor there, no condenser. We'll go ahead and put the whole system in there. High side line, low side, and condenser. And then wire in our clutch. So this will be probably the next one we get the AC going on.